Introducing Quickie.lk, Sri Lanka's favorite online marketplace with a wide range of product categories. Pharmaceuticals, automobile, groceries, electronics, flowers and cakes, homeware and appliances, and special services such as Quickie Concierge and Quickie SOS. Providing you with multiple payment options, quick delivery, and reliable customer support. Get anything you want delivered anywhere in Sri Lanka with special late night delivery until 3 a.m. within Colombo and suburbs. Download the Quickie.lk mobile app on your Android or iOS device or visit www.quickie.lk. Quickie.lk, convenience delivered. Introducing
Defending champions Royal College seek to keep their title hopes intact as Wesley College looking to sneak through the back door and upset the whole table. Hello and welcome to CRNFC grounds as Wesley College host Royal College in the first game of the super round of the Dialog Schools Rugby League 2020 tournament. The weather looks a bit cloudy and overcast here at CRNFC, but we'll be hoping that the weather holds still as both teams will be looking to spread the ball wide and run in this first super round game. It'll be interesting to see what both teams have up their sleeve as they run through their final drills before kickoff. I have got Abdullah Yusuf with me in the commentary box. Abdullah, overcast conditions here at CRNFC, but what would you expect from the two schools playing today?
Yes, good afternoon, Romario, and good evening, everyone at home. Yes, I think it's going to be an enthralling contest between two very good teams. Both teams play a pretty contrasting style of rugby. Wesley are very good with the ball in hand. They've got some wonderful three-quarters and they're combined very well with their forwards in attack. Royal, their strength this season so far has predominantly been their defense. The defense has been outstanding. They brought immense amount of physicality into their game, and they put teams under a lot of pressure with their defense, which has helped them to win most of their games this season. So all in all, I think it'll be a game between Wesley's attack against Royal's defense, and you'd sense whoever comes in top in those respective areas will probably win this game.
With those thoughts in mind, we will go in for a quick commercial break and come back with some stats and kick off on the other side.
What's the best ceiling sheet, Mr. Basunda?
That's the Ino ceiling, the Rhino ceiling, a wood pattern finish.
You can color it your way. The plain ceiling.
The roofing's Rhino.
The ceiling's Rhino.
Incredible strength. I know.
Durability that's high.
I know. Cost effective too.
I know.
It's the best choice always.
Over half a century of trust, now in a new formula. Rhino, roofing and ceiling sheets.
I know. Rhino.
මොනවදාලු මේ කිසි ක්‍රිස්පි ගතියක් නැහැනේ.
ක්‍රිස්පි නේ? එතකොට මේ කර ගාලා හැපෙන්නේ?
කර කාලේ හැපෙනවා.
මොනවද කිව්වේ?
ක්‍රිස්පි කේස් මෙතන බෑ. ප්‍රශ්නේ ක්‍රිස්පි නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිස්කෝ. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ ක්‍රිස්පි කික් එක.
ක්‍රිස්පි නේ.
ක්‍රිස්කෝ නේ.
Pain? Don't let it get you down. For instant pain relief, Baraka Joint Ease Fast Action Spray. Baraka Joint Ease Spray, your pain relief partner on the field.
Dallas ලෝකයට එකතු වෙන්න. ඔබට සැරිසරන්න. සිත් සේතෝරා ගන්න. හැම දේම ඔබ ළඟටම. කොතැන හිටියත් එකම යායක්. අසීමිත සතුටක්.
ඔබේ දරස් සොයාගන්න.
Melbourne lemon pie ස්වාභාවික මිහිරයි නියම lemon රසයයි කාගෙත් දිව පිනවයි Melbourne lemon pie lemon pie Melbourne lemon pie හැම සිතක්ම පිබිදේ රස lemon රසයේ ජීවිතයම මිහිරයි Melbourne lemon pie lemon pie Melbourne lemon pie Melbourne lemon pie chill with lemon.
For instant pain relief, Baraka Jointies Fast Action Spray, your pain relief partner on the field.
අයිනෝ රයිනෝ පුතා හැබැයියා ගෙදර නිදියන්නෙම අමූතු තැනක.
කාලගුණය කොහොමුණත් රයිනෝ නං වාලට සේෆ් තමයි මුළු ගෙදරම. Rhino cement roofing sheets. Then you know Rhino. I know.
Welcome to the universe of the Raz. Whatever you want, whatever you need, all you can imagine is on your feet. When miles are abridged, happiness is unlocked. Discover your Daraz.
What's the best ceiling sheet, Mr.
That's
Basunda?
the Rhino ceiling, the Rhino ceiling, a wood pattern finish.
You
Rhino.
can color it your way. The plain ceiling.
Rhino.
The roofing's Rhino.
The ceilings, Rhino.
Incredible strength. I know.
Durability, that's high.
I know. Cost effective too.
I know.
It's the best choice always.
Over half a century of trust, now in a new formula. Rhino roofing and ceiling sheets.
I know. Rhino.
මොනවදාලු මේවේ කිසි ක්‍රිස්පි ගතියක් නැහැනේ.
ක්‍රිස්පි නේ? එතකොට මේ කර කර ගාලා හැපෙන්නේ?
කර කර කාලේ හැපෙනවා.
මොනවද කිව්වේ?
ක්‍රිස්පි කේස් මෙතන බෑ. ප්‍රශ්නේ ක්‍රිස්පි නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිස්කෝ. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ ක්‍රිස්පි කික් එක.
ක්‍රිස්පි නේ.
ක්‍රිස්කෝ නේ?
Welcome back to CRNFC, and we are just moments away from kickoff as Royal College on the far side are just running through their final drills before kickoff. Abdullah, as you said, the Royal defense will surely have to come up trumps if they are to hold out the Wesleyites. But having said that, I think the Wesley attack, it looked quite promising against St. Peter's College. And do you think they will be able to unlock this Royal defense?
Yes, well, they definitely do have it in them. I think what Royal have done very well in defense is they've constantly been able to pin the teams behind the gain line. They have avoided giving any of the teams any front foot ball. So Wesley do thrive on when they have momentum, when they are on the front foot. They are a very dangerous team. So that is something which Royal will have to do in this game as well, just as they have done in the previous games.
Yes, as we see the points table, Royal College, of course, losing out against Trinity, but managed to top the group as they defeated St. Joseph's College in their final round. And St. Joseph's College just managed to scrape through with a win against St. Anthony's College. I think a good second half was what helped them get over the line.
Yeah, that's right. It's a very fiercely contested group. This one between Royal, St. Joseph's and Trinity. Eventually, it was just the bonus points that proved to be the difference. Royal and St. Joseph just managing to accumulate those 3 bonus points, while Trinity just managed to accumulate the 2, which was the difference in them qualifying for the next round at the expense of Trinity.
Yes, indeed. And Isipatana College cruised through with 5 victories, but they did have a hiccup or 2 at the beginning. However, they snuck through with 5 out of 5, the only unbeaten team. And of course, Wesley College. Vidyartha, of course, will be kicking themselves because of the big defeat to Wesley College is why they missed out.
Yeah, that's right. It was that first game against Wesley that if they look back, they will probably rue that performance. They were comprehensively beaten by that Wesley outfit in that first game, and that probably resulted in them not being able to make it to the next round.
So that's how the table looks for this super round. Isipatana and Royal, the 2 first teams in their respective groups, while St. Joseph's College and Wesley College are in 3 and 4. tightly contested, and it'll all begin in a few minutes' time.
Yeah, that's right. Just looking at that group, I think we are in for 2 very exciting weeks of rugby, starting with today and tomorrow. We have St. Joseph's taking on Isipatana. So wins are going to be paramount for all these teams. But not just the wins, isn't it, Romario? They'll have to keep an eye on those bonus points as well, because that could prove vital in the final analysis.
Yes, and as we say that, here are the top try scorers for this year's league. Naveen Marasinghe leading, tied in first place with 4 others on 5 tries for this season. And it's Ashan from St. Peter's College who is, not taking any more part in this super round in 5th place.
Yeah, that's right. Some really good impact players we see in that list. Naveen Marasinghe, the big physical lad, has made a big impact for St. Joseph's. He's virtually carried that pack this season. Vishenka Silva and Hafiz Tabi too have made their mark. And of course for Royal, Kavin Sasanga has been absolutely outstanding this season for Royal. He's definitely been the X factor in that back line, and I'm sure Royal will expect another big performance from him this today as well.
And these are the top point scorers. Sahan Kirtisiri, the lovely left-footed player, leading it, as Yehan Bulat Singhal, also from St. Thomas's College, he put on a beautiful show at 10.
Yeah, that's right. Again, most of these players are the respective place kickers for their teams. So it's a vital part of the game, especially in these close matches. It could the difference could very well be in terms of a penalty or a conversion. So today, both place kickers of both teams, Nabil Yahya for Royal and the Wesley place kicker as well, will need to be on mark, because in their final analysis, that could be crucial.
Yes, indeed. And St. Joseph's College, of course, notably missing a good kicker, and that's why his name will not be there. And they are missing out on quite a bit of points without having a good kicker, as the teams line up for the final hurrah before this all-important game. And Royal College, Abdullah.
Yeah, so this is the Royal team. Kavinash Srikanth, Danuja Samararatna and Shena Ladikaram will form the front row. Yehan Veerasur and Rahil Vijasekar will form the second rows. Tanvir Hassan, Randula Bandar and Naveen Pereira will be the back row. Hasanga Higod and Thiven Pereira will have a big role to play today. They've been the catalyst of whatever Royal have managed to spark in the back. And Pasindu Heshan, Tevindu Saparamadu, Kavin Sasanga, Dulanje Gamanayak and Nabil Yahya will also need to put up a good performance today against what will be a very formidable Wesley backline.
Yes, indeed. As we see the Wesley College lineup, Elijah Fernando and Hafiz Tabit rounding off the front row. Gamman Pila and Hapugal are in the lock positions, in the all-important lock positions, while Shehan Jaiman, Chamod Nimsara and Isuru Pereira round off the front 8 for Wesley College. Rigesh Muralidharan has had a lovely season, and he will tie up with Shavin Jayawardena, Avishka Jaisinghe and Kavita Amanit in the centres, and it'll be round off by Tirangama Rodrigo and Tarush Javira, one to look out for in this game, Abdullah.
Yes, the skipper right at the back, a very X-factor player, and Royal will need to be very careful on how they kick to him, because we saw him on the counter-attack. He's a very big, strong lad, can be very strong on the counter-attack. So if Royal are not accurate and precise with their kicking game, he can make them pay. Also, Romario, I think one real battle which we need to look out for is that scrum-half battle, isn't it? Muralidharan from Wesley College and Higgoda from Royal. Both of them have been key players in this outfit. As we have a look at the highlights of the season so far, and this is Royal's second game against Kingswood, pretty much one-way traffic. And this was, and then of course Royal, again a narrow loss to their arch rivals Trinity in that game, but they definitely have improved since then. And then we see Sasanga, who made the started things off for Royal in that traditional encounter against St. Thomas's, going over for the first try, and just shows what a dangerous player he can be for that Royal outfit.
Yes, indeed. And the Wesley College lineup was pretty They brought on the razzle dazzle, as we can see the win 3 quarters and the back line setting things up in typical Wesley style. Good run-in brand of rugby they played, and Javeer, he plays a massive role in that back line and in the counter attack. So it'll be interesting to see how the Wesley back line takes on this Royal hard-hitting defense, and whether the Royalists will bring out the blitz defense, or will they hold back and will they change their plans? Well, there's no reason why they should, but you never know what runs through the coach's minds.
Yes, well, it's something that has worked for them throughout this season, so I don't see any reason why they would change it for such a big game. Royals' defense, they've constantly been hitting the opposition behind the gain line, not giving them any front foot ball. And they will need to do that in today's game as well, because this Wesley outfit, they've got some very good players in their back line and some forwards who can play, who can control play as well. So they've attacking threats all over the field, and Royal will need to be at the top of their game when it comes to their defense.
Yes, indeed, everything to play for all teams, and nothing but victories are enough at this moment if they are to go on to clinch the title. So it'll be Wesley College 2 kickoff. Rigesh Muralidharan with the pill in hand. Just the referee running the final checks before kickoff. The referees will, of course, be Ishanka Abekun in the center, and it'll be Ravin Alexander and Callum Sandaruan in the AR roles, as Rigesh Muralidharan takes a deep breath and kicks things off here in this super round at the Dialog Schools Rugby League, but mistake early on by Muralidharan, and that wouldn't help the cause.
Yes, not the start which they would have wanted. Wanted to probably get into Royals half earlier on and apply some pressure, but Muralidharan has been very good for Wesley this season, but unfortunately not getting that kick-off right, and Royal have a good attacking opportunity right on the centre field.
Yes, indeed, the Royalists would have practiced this move plenty of occasions throughout this season, and it'll be a good platform if they can bring that sparkling move, as Higgoda lines up to feed the first scrum of the game. Pressure coming in from the Wesley forwards, but Royal managing to hold on. And here goes the number 8, gives it out to Higgoda. He gives it out to his big centre. He's brought down.
No hands. Go back.
Now Royal College with possession. Higgoda gives it out to his forwards. A big lock row charging in, setting things up. A quick ball is what Higgoda and Royal will be hoping for, as here goes the first Royal move, and they find the space on the outside. The final man to beat, but the centre three-quarter does not manage to do so. Royal reloading.
Go back.
Higgoda gives it out to his big lock forward, as he sends it out through the hands. The Wesley defense, of course, has been bright throughout this season, and you can see some good pressure coming in by the Wesleyites, but Royal somehow managed to recycle, but they have gone back, as
yes, some good work by Royal. Adhikaram takes the ball over, makes a bit of gun round, goes to the ground, but Wesley have done well to hold him up. It's a really good defense by Wesley.
Yes,
and,
indeed.
That's some good defense by Wesley. You have to say they were under a lot of pressure. Royal launching attack after attack, but Wesley defense standing firm, managing to hold Adhikaram up. That's no easy task, and then extremely well to turn that ball over via scrum for their benefit. So as we have a look at the game, that once again, Adhikaram did well to break those first couple of tackles, but just did not go low enough, and the Wesley defense doing very well to hold him up and managing to turn the ball over. So some good intelligent play by the Wesley forwards, but again Royal showing a few good signs in terms of attack earlier on, Romario.
Indeed, and unfortunately, because the big prop forward Shenal Adhikaram went upright, was why he got held up. But now Wesley College will be looking to clear their lines and get out of this pressure they are under.
It looks like Wesley have lost their prop forward. Shen Felicia seems to be carried out of the ground, unfortunately for them.
Coach!
We'll have to bring in a replacement. We'll let you know as soon
Bye.
as we find out whom that is.
Sit! Steady! Steady! Don't move.
Here goes Muralidharan to feed the ball. The big number 8 taking it in, put in a lovely fend, beating 1, beating 2, but is brought down by his opposite number. Now Muralidharan gives it off, and the Wesleyites taking the attack off the fly half as he puts in a lovely box kick, hanging kick, but well fielded there by the Royalist winger and safely secured. Royal College still with possession and grinding their way forward as Higgoda this time. He puts in the box kick, but looks like it was charged down, but possession comes the way of Royal College, and Higgoda goes again as he realizes that there is no one sweeping in at the back, but Javira good positioning and puts his left boot to ball, clears things. Royal, however, coming through Naveen Pereira and setting things up in center field. Unfortunately, their Butterfingers letting both teams down.
Yes, so we saw both scrum halves going for the base kick earlier on. Both we were talking before the game started, Romario, how key the two scrum halves on both sides will be. Both of them play a key part in their team's attack, but in different kind of ways. Muralidharan, I see there on the screen, much more tactical scrum half, very aware of how he carries his, however he carries his plays, while Higgoda is much more instinctive in how he goes about his tasks. Two very contrasting style of plays, but nonetheless both key components of each team's attack.
Yes, indeed, Muralidharan gives it out to his fly half, and a lovely bit of hands there as Javir sets things up, flung onto the ground, but the Wesley College players managed to recycle possession. Gamampila setting things up, and here goes the big hooker Fernando as Muralidharan changes direction to his opposite lock forward, but unfortunately a penalty goes the way of Royal College as the referee says they have hands in the ruck.
Yes, Wesley again showing how threatening they can be with ball in hand. So far it's been their number 8, Isuru Pereira, has been outstanding whenever he has had the ball. He's carried extremely well so far. But Royal just showing their prowess at the breakdown on that occasion and managing to turn the ball over, or rather force an infringement on Wesley's part.
Yes, the ball was not recycled quite well there by Wesley, and that's why the clean out missed out, and that was snuck in a little bit of a hand. And now Royal College through Danuja Samara throw into the line out, a 4-man line out for Royal College. The first line out of the game goes well, not so well, as the referee calls things back for not straight.
It was an interesting call by Royal, deciding to shorten the line out so earlier on in the game. The execution in terms of getting the ball to the second row was good, but unfortunately it was not straight. So another good attacking opportunity for Wesley, just about just around the 40-meter mark on the left flank.
Yes, and off camera we can see the blindside winger coming into the play. The fly half decides to run, and yet another handling error this time. Looks like Javier on that occasion. Don't see that too often, but a collector's item.
Right, hurry up, boys.
Yeah, that's right. Javier has been very solid at the back, and when he's joined the line, he's proved to be very threatening as well. But probably just a little bit of nerves, isn't it, Romario, from both teams? So earlier on, as we have a look at that once again, couple of dummy scissors, and probably Javier just a bit guilty of taking his eyes off the ball, just worried about the oncoming defense, and that resulted in him not collecting the ball cleanly.
Bye. Set. Steady. Steady.
It'll be Higgoda to feed the
Number 18.
scrum.
Not in ball. Not in ball.
Wesley College tried to outhook it there, but unfortunately the ball did not get hooked.
Not in ball. Okay.
As
9. Yaar chance ke not ball
calls a reset to this scrum.
Yes, well, Wesley, the first couple of engagements in the scrums have shown a slight dominance in that area, isn't it, Romario? They put a bit of pressure on this Royal pack. Royal, we need to just be in mind, because you just don't want to be on the back foot when you give your backs the ball. And unfortunately, the ball has been kicked out on the full on that occasion. So it's
the first mistake of the game from Royal College, as it looked like the skipper came and took over kicking duties, but unfortunately failed to execute.
Yeah, that's right. Just not finding his range. Tried to go, but the pass was passed on to the right flank, and he tried to kick it towards the left touch line, but just kicking it out on the full. So a line out for Wesley, just about 10 meters outside the 25-meter line. A wonderful steal by Royal. Papare takes the ball up.
Back.
Higgoda just looking at his options. Decides to go take it to the forwards.
Isolated on the occasion.
That's some good work by the Wesley centre, Avishka Jayasuriya. Royal just finding themselves a bit isolated, and Avishka was very good in trying to poach that ball and managing to draw that penalty. And Wesley with an opportunity to draw first blood in this game.
Yes, indeed, Abdullah. Lovely bit of heads-up play there by the centre. He seized on the opportunity and saw the player was isolated for that extra second, and Jack all over it. And once you get into that strong position there is no putting him over.
Yeah, that's right. I think that's the situation where you need your halves combination to take control, isn't it, Romario? You're in your own half, just so close to your 25. The forwards are committed to the breakdown. They were short of numbers out wide. Unfortunately for Royal, just conceding that penalty, and an opportunity for Jayawardena to get the first score on the board for Wesley.
Pierces the post successfully, and that's the first points of the game for Wesley College, and bit of a nail in the Royal defense, and they somehow managed to draw first blood, Wesley.
Yeah, that's right. Again, it just shows the importance of playing the territorial game cleverly, isn't it, Romario? As we have a look at that very well executed penalty once again. Royal first guilty of kicking the ball out on the full, and then subsequently did very well to steal that line out. But unfortunately at the breakdown was short on numbers and have given Wesley the opportunity to draw first blood.
Those points of the tee will be quite vital, Abdullah.
Yes, always is in such close, high-pressure games, isn't it, Romario?
Okay, 10 okay.
Not the best of restarts there by Royal College, but The ball beats everyone into touch.
Blue ball.
I think because the underfoot conditions are a bit soggy, the ball is not bouncing off the pitch for them, the kickers, to be able to kick it on the sweet spot.
Back.
Yeah, that's right. But it's part of the game that Royal have been struggling throughout this season. Their kicking game, it hasn't been all that well executed so far. And let's hope that it just doesn't come to haunt them as this game progresses.
The referee making sure the line-out gap is managed early on. As another line-out goes begging, and Royal College just comes back straight on the attack. I think this is what the Wesleyites will not be hoping for, but that's exactly what's happening, losing their line-outs. But here goes Higgoda. Gives it out to his forwards, and they're continuing to keep it close in the to the breakdown, as the forwards look to penetrate early on, but a good hit coming in there. Higgoda gives it out to his fly half. Now the Royal backline coming into effect, but a lovely tackle there by the Wesley fly half. Put the man on his back, but Royal College somehow managed to recycle. Some good tackles coming in, Abdullah.
Some good defense by Wesley. They're just continuously to put pressure on this Royal attack, forcing Higgoda to go to the boot on that occasion. Muralidharan just trying to counter that kick. Probably not the best option. It's Royal managing to retain possession. Higgoda sends it out to his forwards.
Last foot.
Again, Higgoda, slow ball for Royal. Using his forwards to carry through. Looking to go for the short side. This time deciding to go to the boot. Not the best of kicks. Straight down the line of their skipper.
Great kick there by Javir, bouncing in, and that's a net gained for Wesley College, and good play there by the youngster from the back.
Yeah, that's right. Royal will need to be careful with their kicking game, especially when they're kicking to Javira. He's got a big boot on him. He's also a very good runner as well, so they just got to be sure that when they do kick, they kick away from him, and that they have the chasers running as well, because if not, he can make Royal pay dearly.
To land and not to hand is what is the call for the day, as Fernando prepares to throw in the third line out. This time the jumper manages to collect possession, and the maul is set up straight away, and an advantage coming in for Wesley College as Fernando runs across and beats a couple of players. Sets things up. Muralidharan trying to take advantage of the penalty. Ball bouncing up there, but unfortunately the Wesley player just seemed to have lost his head at the last moment.
Yeah, well, interesting choice by Muralidharan. He probably was playing the advantage that was coming his way. Decided to go to the boot and very nearly paid off for him. As we have a look at that once again. Knew that the penalty was in the pocket for his team. Decided to put the ball in the air. And very good chase by Kavita Amanet. Fortunately for Royal, the bounce not going to his hand, and they'll come back for the penalty.
Yes, and looks like they are pointing to the posts. So seems like Wesley College, if they are in the kick-in range, they seem to be going for the posts always.
Yeah, that's right. It was a good strike earlier on by Jayawardena, so that would have given him a lot of confidence. This kick is a bit more difficult, a bit more of an angle, about 35 meters or so away from the try line, with an angle as well. So overall, it's about a 40-meter kick, you'd have to say, 40 to 45 meters. So it's a bit more difficult, but it's confident enough to take the kick. Again, Royal's kicking game just not finding its mark, just putting them continuously under a lot of pressure.
The only thing on Jayawardana's side is the friendly angle, as it has got the distance and it has got the direction. Wesley College double their advantage, 6 points to nil, as we draw close to the 20-minute mark of the game.
What a wonderful kick by Jayawardana. It was not an easy kick by any means, but struck it brilliantly. And Wesley find themselves up 6 points to nil. That's Jayavira. Smile on his face, and definitely all the reason to do so. Struck that extremely well, and it's ominous signs for Royal. They need to be very careful when they play the game in their own half, because Jayawardana definitely seems to have his kicking boots on today.
There goes the big number 8, Isuru setting things up, and Muralidharan straight to the boot. And another lovely box kick, gaining plenty of yards.
Yes, and most importantly, finding touch as well. So, some really good tactical play by Muralidharan. Very, very important component of this team, that halves combination of Muralidharan and Jayawardana.
Five man. I'll just go back.
Royal College will just need to assert their pressure, their presence, and just look to hold on to position a bit and get into the game. The throw not all that straight, and he calls for another line out, being not straight, and the option goes to the Royal forwards, and looks like they are calling for a scrum.
There's another unforced error by Samaratna, just not getting his throws in accurately. He's finding the jumper, but it's just not going straight. So maybe earlier on, look at the option of going to number 2 instead of going to 4 or 6 earlier on, till he probably finds his range. It's the second time all have not found their mark from the line out, as Wesley launch another attack.
Unfortunately, there a bit of a lapse in communication at the center of the backline move, but Muralidharan retains position, and now goes Isuru, the big number 8, surveying his options, and straight away going to the boot. A good high-hanging contestable kick, and Wesley College have won themselves an advantage, a scrum advantage, of course, as Jayawardana deputizes, beats the first man, tries to run over the second man, Higgoda, and yet again now the ball was put to boot, but referee is going back for the advantage. One thing Muralidharan should keep in mind is that he should not overplay the little chip, Abdullah.
Yes, but he is choosing his options correctly so far. He's identifying the space at the back. Wesley have probably seemed to have spoken about this in the lead up to this game as well. They probably are intent on testing the Royal back 3, probably seeing a weakness in that area. And Muralidharan is smart enough, and he's got the skill to execute those kicks to perfection, and he has done that so far and put Royal under a lot of pressure.
Unsteady scrum there as a reset is called. This is one aspect of the game that everyone's talking about, the amount of time spent on scrums, and especially in these under 19 rule variations apply as, and the game's only 35 minutes.
Set.
That's right. Ball in play, that's a key statistic. Most competitions look to very carefully, as we see Wesley launching another attack. You got the ball out wide. And Wesley probably guilty of just drifting across a little bit when they're running, not giving their wing three-quarter much space to work on the outside.
Mark here.
Royal
Yes.
defense was drifting well on that occasion. There was really no room for the Wesley three-quarters to maneuver their attack, and resulted in that knock-on by Wesley's wing three-quarter, Rodrigo. So an opportunity for Royal to clear their lines. This is a area which Royal will need to be much more accurate their kicking game.
I think the conditions are also not helping the cause of the two teams and their scrums. Must be cutting under feet the ground.
So Higgoda ready to feed the ball in. Another big scrum by Wesley, but referee has
You can't. Go back.
penalized the referee has penalized the Wesley's hooker Fernando for kicking the ball in the scrum. You cannot do that. And it's the silly mistake to do when you know you have the opposition under a bit of pressure. Yeah, here this time finds touch. Right on the halfway mark.
Yeah, Uda in again.
So a bit of a reprieve for Royal. It's important that they make use of that.
Nine, Atul Ranwa.
Samaratna with the throw-in. So far hasn't managed to get the throw-in straight. See how it goes this time.
Good.
Much better by Royal. Get the ball out. Some good clean line out.
Say last foot.
Again, it's very slow, static ball. Nothing much for Royal to work with. Enabling that Wesley defense to come up and put pressure. From that line out place, Royal have gone back about 10 meters. And again, just find themselves under a lot of pressure. Some really good work by Wesley. And the referee has his hand up for an entry on the side. This is some really good play by Wesley. They're putting a lot of pressure on Royal's defense. And Royals is not helping their cause by slowing the ball down in attack, isn't it, Romario? It's taking a lot of time to distribute the ball. It's enabling Wesley's defense to realign and put pressure. Again, just knocking Royal on the back foot. It's something which Royal have been doing to other teams very well this season, but this has just put Royal, this time it's Royal who has been pushed back on their haunches, as it were, and Wesley doing very well to extract another penalty. And Jayawardena, his last attempt was a wonderful strike, and who is to say that that he shouldn't put this one over as well. His first penalty kick was also from a similar range, which he didn't have any problem in putting over.
Jayawardena lining things up, taking his own cool time, and pierces the post for the third time in this game. Third successful penalty for Wesley College, and third successful penalty for Jayawardena, and the scores move up to 9-0 in favor of Wesley College, and quite a surprising early lead here at CRNFC.
Well, before the game, we were looking at the top 5 scorers this season, and we were talking about Wesley not having their place kicker in that top 5 list, Romario, but looks like Jayawardena, when it really counts, has really come to the party today.
Good high-hanging restart collected by Isuru Pereira as he sets things up, and Muralidharan, no prizes for guessing, goes straight to the boot, but this time out on the full. So this is an area that the youngsters do not manage quite well. Abdullah just as they score, after the scoring, they fail to clear their lines, and these type of little errors seem to upset and impact the game very much.
Others back.
Yeah, that's right, Romario. It's something which even World Rugby has spoken about, that they have gone through many games, not only at school level but even at international level. The teams just tend to let their guard down soon after they have scored, isn't it? And just put themselves under a lot of pressure. But nonetheless, Royal a great chance to attack. Looks like they will be launching a driving maul.
Advantage.
And yes, Wesley guilty of collapsing that maul. They have an advantage for Royal to work something out. Get the ball out for Samaratna to try and create something. He's been a real danger so far.
Back.
Higoda needs to get the ball out a bit quicker, not allow the Wesley defense to settle.
Hold in. Go back to penalty.
So there's no advantage. They'll come back for the penalty. So that's the first real chance Royal had of launching their driving maul. And Wesley did make that initial hit very well, but unfortunately losing their footing, probably the underground conditions had something to do with that as well.
Kavin Sasanga finds touch and manages to get it just 5 meters out, so he has got the maximum amount of territory available. And now Royal College just 5 meters out with their lethal maul. This could be a very good opportunity for the momentum to change in this game,
On the line.
as the Royal line out with all 8 players.
Okay.
First things first, caught well by the second row.
Number 3
Good
back.
shunt coming in by Wesley College.
Back.
But the players have been told to roll around as the second shunt by Royal comes in, and they just lead us away, and they go over for the first try of the game.
It's Danuja Samaratna, the hooker at the back of the scrum, but again Royal showing what they can do when they have possession and get their maul going. Wesley, you thought initially did well to put some pressure, but Royal, once they got some momentum, there was no stopping the Royal 8. And he got lending his little frame as well to that effort. And Royal find themselves on the board, and it's not, it couldn't have come much quicker for Royal, because they were 9 points to nil down. Now they score 9 points to 5. Just about 5 minutes to go for half time with the conversion to come. Fullback Yahya has been selected into this team primarily for his place kicking. Strikes the ball well, and he's sailed it over. So Royal strike back. 9 points to 7. Just about 4 minutes to go for half time.
Yes, indeed. The trademark Royal Maul coming in and destroying the opposite defenders, as we see the replay of that successful conversion.
Time off.
Yes, the key for Royal is, Romario, they've just got to ensure that they play the game in the right part of the field. The 3 penalties, they've tried to run the ball from their own half. They put themselves under a lot of pressure and conceded penalties. It's probably the first time they entered the Wesley 25, and they come away from there with 7 points. So the territorial game from Royal's point of view is going to be very important going forward.
Yes, Murudharan puts in a low restart, bounces in to touch.
Yes, I don't think Wesley will mind that too much. Murudharan just managing to get play into the Royal 25. It's an area where Royal haven't been quite good enough to get out of.
Quite the excitement We are just a couple of minutes away from the Lemons. Royal trailing by just 2 points with the most recent try by the thrower himself. This time the ball goes over the head of the jump, but the number 8 for Royal College manages to recycle possession. There goes Higgoda with a up and under. Correction, a box kick, and here goes Jayawardena trying to wriggle his way through, but is brought up, but manages to hold his feet and bring play back to the ground as Muralidharan goes to the boot again, finding quite a bit of space, and that's exactly why he's going for that kick, and the play this time going the way of Royal. And he goes again for the win three-quarter to chase, but this time the Royal College win three-quarter manages to set things up. Good cleaning up play there by the Royal winger.
Yes, it looks like it's a game of base kicks between both teams so far, isn't it, Romario? Royal just probably not having their best collector at the back there. Something which they need to work out whom they exactly need to have in those positions, because they know that Muralidharan will go to his boot a lot in the game. It's a big attacking threat which they have used throughout the season, and it's something Royal will need to be aware of.
Yes, indeed, and these percentage plays are what Wesley College will be hoping that goes their way, and if they're able to get something out of this, it'll be extremely valuable going in to the break. As here goes the Wesley backline, but unfortunately the ball goes through the hands of Jayawardena, and Wesley College bringing in a big tackle, the two centers, but unfortunately possession goes away, and the referee goes back for the scrum.
Yes, again, Wesley just not being able to execute cleanly. They definitely had at least one man overlap out wide. Just have to wonder whether the underground conditions, as you mentioned, Romario, whether there's a bit of wetness in the ball as well. But Wesley, they seem to be creating a bit of space out wide with their decoy runners. But unfortunately, that last pass just not going to hand. This is the second time it has actually happened.
Yes, indeed. Quite unfortunate there. And Javira, he'll be kicking himself. He got to feed the scrum inside the 22. He has the opportunity to go into touch directly. And that's exactly what the fly half does. There is a time for the line out.
Yes, but that was much better by Royal. Good clean pass by Higgoda to Tiven Pereira, I believe it was, who managed to find good touch. Just a few meters, just about 45 meters away from the goal line.
Yes, and those are the basic things that snowball and affect the game at the end. Royal College managing the basics well, as the Wesley line out not that clean, but the hooker manages to clean things up and gives it to the scrum half. He finds his compatriot and sets things up. Here goes Fernando with a ball, keeping it up close with the forwards until things set up for Wesley College, and they are making some good meters. As Muralidharan surveys his options at the back, but continues to go with the forwards. And here comes the advantage for a high tackle, and straight away to the boot goes Muralidharan, and well, a lovely catch there by the fullback Yahya. He came at speed and somehow managed to collect the high ball, but unfortunately the referee goes back for the advantage.
Yes, again, Muralidharan using the high ball on this occasion, but that was a very good collection by Yahya on that occasion. He was under a lot of pressure and didn't have much support behind him as well, so it was very important that he held on to that high ball, which he did really well. So there's no advantage. The referee will come back for a penalty for Wesley for that high tackle. As we have a look at that, very well collected by Yahya. kept his eyes on the ball most importantly, and manages to avoid another attacking opportunity for Wesley. So Jayawardena, that was the final play of the game, of this first half, just taking the tap and putting it into touch. So at half time, Wesley 9 points to Royal 7 after going 9 points to nil ahead, and Royals just about on the 31st minute scoring that try courtesy of their driving maul, and just going to half time with a slender 2 points lead is Wesley, as we have a look at the highlights of that first half.
Yes, indeed. The first 3 penalties from difficult angles, you could say, nailed by Jayawardena, but it was the Royal hooker Danuja Samararatna who found himself at the tail of the maul and crashed over, and Nabil added the extras, and the scores are 9 points to 7 here at CRNFC. We will go in for a short commercial break and be back with the second half.
We live in a world that's rapid and demanding. We live in a community that values trust and reliability. So what if speed and convenience had a new makeover? Introducing the new Quickie.lk, Sri Lanka's favorite online marketplace. Quickie.lk, convenience delivered.
For instant pain relief, Baraka Jointies Fast Action Spray, your pain relief partner on the field.
මොනවදාලු මේ කිසි ක්‍රිස්පි ගතියක් නැහැනේ.
ක්‍රිස්පි නේ? එතකොට මේ කර කර ගාලා හැපෙන්නේ?
කර කර ගාලා හැපෙනවා.
මොනවද කිව්වේ?
ක්‍රිස්පි කේස් මෙතන බෑ. ප්‍රශ්නේ ක්‍රිස්පි නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිස්කෝ. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ ක්‍රිස්පි කික් එක.
ක්‍රිස්පි නේ?
ක්‍රිස්කෝනේ?
Welcome to the universe of the Raz. Whatever you want, whatever you need, all you can imagine is on your feet. When miles are abridged, happiness is unlocked. Discover your Daraz.
අයිනෝ පුතා හැබැයි යා ගෙදර නිදියන්නෙම අමුතු තැනක.
කාලගුණය කොහොමුණත් රයිනෝ නං වාලට සේෆ් තමයි මුළු ගෙදරම. Rhino cement roofing sheets. Then you know Rhino. I know.
ප්‍රශ්නේ බාබකිව් නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රික්ස්. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ බාබකිව් කික් එක.
මෙන්න බාබකිව් නේ?
We are at the dawn of an astronomical digital metamorphosis. This is the new frontier in banking, where limits are a thing of the past. NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
ප්‍රශ්නේ ක්‍රිස්පි නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිස්කෝ. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ ක්‍රිස්පි කික් එක.
ක්‍රිස්පි නේ?
ක්‍රිස්කෝනේ?
Welcome to the universe of the Raz. Whatever you want, whatever you need, all you can imagine is on your feet. When miles are abridged, happiness is unlocked. Discover your Daraz.
Pain? Don't let it get you down. For instant pain relief, Baraka Joint Ease Fast Action Spray. Baraka Joint Ease Spray, your pain relief partner on the field.
අයිනෝ පුතා හැබැයි යා ගෙදර නිදියන්නෙම අමුතු තැනක.
කාලගුණය කොහොමුණත් රයිනෝ නං වාලට සේෆ් තමයි මුළු ගෙදරම. Rhino cement roofing sheets. Then you know Rhino. I know.
Pain? Don't let it get you down. For instant pain relief, Baraka Joint Ease Fast Action Spray. Baraka Joint Ease Spray, your pain relief partner on the field.
ෆන් ලයිෆ්ස්ටයිල් එකට TCL ම තමයි. අද කාලෙට TCL ම තමයි.
සිංහවෙතින් අදට ගැලපෙන TCL 20 series.
Melbourne lemon pie ස්වාභාවික මිහිරයි නියම lemon රසයයි කාගෙත් දිව පිනවයි Melbourne lemon pie lemon pie Melbourne lemon pie හැම සිතක්ම පිබිදේ රස lemon රසයේ ජීවිතයම මිහිරයි Melbourne lemon pie lemon pie Melbourne lemon pie Melbourne lemon pie chill when lemon.
We live in a world that's rapid and demanding. We live in a community that values trust and reliability. So what if speed and convenience had a new makeover? Introducing the new Quickie.lk, Sri Lanka's favorite online marketplace. Quickie.lk, convenience delivered.
For instant pain relief, Baraka Joint Ease Fast Action Spray, your pain relief partner on the field.
We live in a world that's rapid and demanding. We live in a community that values trust and reliability. So what if speed and convenience had a new makeover? Introducing the new Quickie.lk, Sri Lanka's favorite online marketplace. Quickie.lk, convenience delivered.
For instant pain relief, Baraka Joint Ease Fast Action Spray, your pain relief partner on the field.
මොනවදාලු මේ කිසි ක්‍රිස්පි ගතියක් නැහැනේ.
ක්‍රිස්පි නේ? එතකොට මේ කර කර ගාලා හැපෙන්නේ?
කර කර ගාලා හැපෙනවා.
මොනවද කිව්වේ?
ක්‍රිස්පි කේස් මෙතන බෑ. ප්‍රශ්නේ ක්‍රිස්පි නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිස්කෝ. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ ක්‍රිස්පි කික් එක.
ක්‍රිස්පි නේ.
ක්‍රිස්කෝනේ.
Welcome to the universe of the Raz. Whatever you want, whatever you need, all you can imagine is on your feet. When miles are abridged, happiness is unlocked. Discover your Daraz.
අයිනෝ රයිනෝ පුතා හැබැයි යා ගෙදර නිදියන්නෙම අමුතු තැනක.
කාලගුණය කොහොමුණත් රයිනෝ නං වාලට සේෆ් තමයි මුළු ගෙදරම. Rhino cement roofing sheets. Then you know Rhino. I know.
ප්‍රශ්නේ බාබකිව් නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රික්ස්. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ බාබකිව් කික් එක.
මෙන්න බාබකිව් නේ?
We are at the dawn of an astronomical digital metamorphosis. This is the new frontier in banking, where limits are a thing of the past. NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
ප්‍රශ්නේ ක්‍රිස්පි නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිස්කෝ. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ ක්‍රිස්පි කික් එක.
ක්‍රිස්පි නේ.
ක්‍රිස්කෝනේ.
An exciting second half looks to be in store as Royal College prepare to kick off the second half. Wesley College taking a slender lead into the break. Do you think many things will change in the second half, Abdullah?
Well, it's going to be a very tactical game if the first half is anything to go by, Romario. I thought Muralidharan was very good with his kicks from the base. Royal just need to be a bit more smart on how they play the territorial game. It is something which has kind of failed them throughout the season, and even those 3 penalties which they conceded was basically when they did have possession with them that Wesley managed to put some pressure at the breakdown and managing to extract those penalties. So for Royal, the territorial game is going to be vital in this second half.
Well, with that in mind, it'll be Thiven Pereira to kick things off in the second half. Well contested by Royal College, but does not manage to win possession as Wesley recycle.
Now use the ball.
And looks like straight away to the boot it is. As a good high hanging up and under. Looks like a bit of a knock on from Royal College. Yes, the referee's arm coming out for the scrum advantage.
Back.
Isuru Pereira taking things deep as Murli puts in yet another kick. This time contestable, quite contestable. But unfortunately for the chaser there, bit of a collision in the air as the referee blows for the penalty.
Yes, again Muralidharan causing havoc at the Royal back end there with his base kicks. Couple of base kicks and both them very well executed. Fortunately, Wesley just a little bit over eager. Need to be careful when the man is in the air. It's the chaser's responsibility to ensure his safety. Nothing malicious there, just the Wesley chaser had his eyes on the ball. Fortunately for Royal, it was Gamanaik, I think, who was in there.
Yes, looks like Rodrigo is getting a bit of, in fact, it's Kavind Amaranath. Amaneth rather, getting a bit of a kick up the backside by the referee. No sooner he gets up as Royal College win the first penalty in this second half.
Yes, that was well handled by referee Abekon. There was nothing too serious about it, just a quiet word in the player's ear to just watch his chase next time around. And he's got on with play.
Yes, and early exchanges are vital. The first few minutes after the half-time break is also extremely vital, as looks like Royal are going with a shortened line out. Danuja throw in. Good line out, well collected by the hooker. And the maul is set. And they are making quite a bit of headway with Naveen at the tail of the maul. Still moving forward, and the referee as well letting it go, rightly so. Called once there, now Naveen. Here comes Sasanga. And he makes his big number 8, tells him to break off. Looks like he was isolated, and straight away Wesley College win the penalty at the breakdown. Lovely bit of play there by the Wesley College defenders. Identified the opportunity and pounced on it and made no mistake.
Yes, Royal did brilliantly well to gain a lot of ground through that driving maul. Unfortunately, it was number 8, Naveen Pereira, decided to break away from that maul, but did not have the supporting players to help him once he was tackled and found himself isolated.
Lacked a bit of coordination there at the break at the maul. The scrum half, he was a bit late, and the number 8 broke early without support. Now it's Fernando for Wesley College to throw in to yet another shortened line out. Just 4 men for Wesley College.
Number 7, Atulden.
Yes, interesting tactic by both teams, going with the shortened line out. Not finding their mark this time. Royal managing to retrieve possession from that overthrow. An attacking opportunity. They just need to get quick ball using their forwards.
Here goes Higgoda, surveying his options and gives it out to the lock forward. Sets things up Slow ball coming in, but an advantage as well, as he got not too well coordinated, and the mark called for straight away by the sweeper, but the referee goes back for the penalty.
Yeah, that's right. Wesley probably a bit over-eager on that occasion at the breakdown. The referee adjudicating that the tackler was not released before he played the ball at that breakdown. So good attacking opportunity for Royal. Will no doubt look to go for touch if they can get this kick into the 25. So far their driving maul has come good in this game. Pereira looking to find touch.
Doesn't get too many meters, but manages to find the touch line. Now looks like Royal. Little bit of a huddle before the line out to coordinate things better. Danuja with the throw.
Yes, Royal have gone back to the 8-man line out, so you'd have to guess that they're going to employ the driving maul from this situation. Of course, first they've got to ensure that there's a clean take by the jumper.
Well collected by Yehan on that occasion, as the maul is set for Royal College, and the number 9 keeping it intact. Danuja, the referee, with his arm out for penalty advantage, as well as Royal College continue to go forward over the bodies of the oppositions. Still the maul, penalty after penalty coming in the for the Royalists rather, but the maul is still making headway forward. And the you can see Naveen Pereira with the ball at the tail of the maul, and has he gone over? Well, the referee will be the only man who knows. But he goes straight away for the advantage for collapsing the maul.
Yes, so this is the second time Wesley had infringed, and looks like referee Abekon may not go to the pocket, but will probably issue a final warning for Wesley.
Yes, indeed, rightly so. The last warning issued to Jayavira of Wesley College, and told to convey the message to his forwards. As we have a look at that replay, well, it's extremely difficult to say whether the ball was brought down to the floor, but amidst all of that, Royal College have cleared their lines and are setting up yet another 8-man line out, as Danuja prepares to throw in 5 meters out to Royal College. First things first, done well. Royal College secure the ball, but not the rolling maul. And here goes the forwards, kept close. The scrum of Bark's instructions. Higgoda. The referee says there was no advantage, and goes back for the slight knock on at the line out.
Yes, that was smart play by Wesley. They probably realized that if they let Royal win that ball uncontested, it would have been very difficult for them to have stopped that driving maul. So they decided to take a chance and contest that line out, and they managed to disrupt it. It may have been a knock-on, but I think the way Royal have executed the last couple of driving mauls, they would settle for the scrum rather than have allowed Royal a free rein from that line out. So good smart play by Wesley. He got it to feed the scrum just about 5 meters. Looks like it's Sasanka who has come to the scrum half position.
So skipper taking up the responsibilities as Naveen goes in sets things up. The Royal players come in to his support in numbers. And here goes the big man. Gets driven. Looks like he's driven over the line. And he's held up. And it'll be a goal line dropout.
You'd have to say that was terrific defense by Wesley. They were on the back foot, but had the presence of mind. They knew that the player was over the goal line, did brilliantly well to hold the Royal forwards up. So that was some really good work by the Wesley forwards.
Yes, indeed. A lovely bit of defensive show by Wesley College as Murli kicks deep into the arms of the win three-quarter. He gives it to Nabil and he puts on some footwork, but is held up in the tackle. Manages to wriggle his way down to the floor. And deputizing at scrum half. The big forwards making some play. And it's good to see Naveen Perra coming in from the line. But now here's Higgoda. Gives it to the big forwards. And the pod of three sets things up as the support comes. Sasang has taken the reins back. So it looks like the two of them are playing in interchange at the scrum half position. And looks like Royal is aiming to just hold on to possession and grind the Wesley defense.
Yes, but it's all very static ball and slow ball as well, just allowing Wesley to realign. Referee has his hand up for a penalty. Nice angle by Saparamadu. But looks like referee Abekon will come back.
Yes.
Again for a penalty. He was playing advantage.
Gammampila was the jackal on that occasion who won the advantage in favor of Wesley, but the referee went back for the earlier infringement as Royal clear their lines and their forwards make their presence felt, and that's, I think, another aspect which Royal have mastered over the years.
Yeah, that's right. But it's all very static from their point of view. It's that's been the reason why they haven't been able to get much front football. Now it'll be interesting to see, Romario, from this line out whether Wesley are going to contest or will they be content to let Royal win the line out and just focus on stopping this driving maul. In the last line out, they did very well to spoil that line out by contesting it. Interesting to see the option they will take this time.
Down.
Another good line out won by Royal College, but a good counter defense coming in, and looks like another advantage is coming for the Royalists as their maul continues to drive forward just meters away from the line, and looks like it's the second try. Yes, it is. Danuj Samaratna goes over the try line for the second time of the game, and Royal College goes into the lead for the first time.
Well, Royal's maul throughout this season hasn't been as effective as it used to be, but what a time for it to come good in such a crucial encounter. Wesley line out defense at 6ers and 7s. They had absolutely no answer to this Royal onslaught. And Royal have, with that try, have gone into the lead. 12 points to 9. Samaratna at the back of the scrum puts the finishing touches, but you'd have to credit that to that entire Royal 8. What a wonderful effort by the Royal pack once again. And Royal find themselves up 12 points to 9 with the conversion to come.
Yes, some rumbling play there by Royal College. Ground themselves a try. And now Nabil with the opportunity to keep his 100% record intact. Looks like he does it successfully. And he adds the extras to the second try of Royal College. 14 points to 9 in favor of the visitors here at CRNFC, and looks like the game is turning on its head.
Yes, well, still a long way to go in this game, but if you just go back to that line out, Romario, Royal just changed their pod from the number 2 to the number 4 position, and Wesley were expecting them to throw to the number 2 jumper, but Royal just drifted back and went to the number 4, won a clean line out, and from that point of view, it was very hard for Wesley to regroup and stop that driving maul.
Great piece of analysis there, Abdullah, as Mullidharan puts it on the 15-meter line, rather 5-meter line, as straight away the penalty goes in favor of Wesley College. The Royal will not be too pleased with this.
2 times kara, 2 times.
Yes, the referee has adjudicated that the Royal player went off his feet, sealed the ball as it were, illegally. So an opportunity for Wesley. Javardhana this time deciding to go to touch. Again, Romario, we're talking immediately after you score. Teams need to be a bit more smart in how they approach receiving the kickoff.
Spray will no doubt release all of your aching joints and muscles.
Yes, well, this game has definitely had its bumps, and I'm sure the Baraka oil will definitely assist the players at the end of this game, Romario.
Yes, indeed. The short line out. Royal goes to number 6, sets the Wesley goes and sets themselves a maul, but they are getting pushed back, and here goes the big hooker driving his way forward. Now Murli goes one side, then comes to the opposite, and here goes Javir. He gets the offload away, but unfortunately the wintry quarter Tirangama, the final pass letting him down, but the referee goes back for the advantage, and now Wesley College look to be going fast, but the referee says hold on.
Go down.
There are 2 advantages.
Time off.
Yes, this is what we'd like to see more from Wesley. They've got to get their skipper Javira involved in the game more. You saw what he could do. He took 2 defenders and just offloaded to his oncoming support player. Wesley have got to try and get him more involved in the game, Romario, because so far he's been rather silent at the back. He's just been doing his job, collecting the ball cleanly, kicking and finding touch, but he's got the ability to offer so much more, especially in attack, and I think Wesley will do well to bring him into the game much more often.
Yes, indeed. The Royal bench on that occasion organizing the changes as yes, indeed, Abdul. I think one other vital thing is that with the momentum shifting, the opposition should do their best to gain points, because St. Joseph's College missed out and they failed against Royal, and now it's Wesley's opportunity.
Yes, decision time. Would you go for the points, Romario? Would you go for touch? It's still just a 5-point game, and Jayawardhan has been very good with the boot, but
well, he has opted for scrum rather. Quite interesting.
Yes, well, there's still over 20 minutes to go. If they had taken this penalty and Jayawardhan, the form he's been in today, just come down to a 2-point game. But Wesley deciding to go for a scrum, which is a very interesting choice in itself.
Yeah, the lineout wasn't performing too well, and that's why they have opted for the scrum.
Do you think they should have gone for the 3 points, Romario?
Well, in an ideal scenario, yes, I would have gone as well, and they should have. But here goes the Wesley backline setting things up, or he tries the fly half, but doesn't get the pass away as the penalty goes in favor of Wesley Royal College this time. And looks like you have got the answer for your question, Abdullah. They should have gone for the 3 points.
Yes, well, hindsight is a wonderful thing. But having said that, we did comment about it before they decided to opt for the scrum. And Wesley this time guilty of sealing the ball off and not supporting their body weight.
Yes, indeed. And this is where Royal is really good, actually. But having said that, the ball doesn't find touch. And here goes the captain beating the first man, set up by his fellow backline player. Here goes the big hooker Fernando. He sets up position for Wesley College. Murli gives it out to his hard hitting forward. And now they seem to be holding on to position. Here goes the skipper, but does not manage to get full purchase. Now Royal College have turned over position. But here goes a penalty straight away, and looks like things are quite hard to predict and turning on its head.
Yes, a bit scrappy by both teams on that occasion, wasn't it, Romario? Just need to settle down, control the pace of the game. Bit helter-skelter from both teams. Wesley trying to bring their skipper into the game, you'd feel, by trying to spread the ball out a bit wide, but just not being able to execute and being clinical enough in their execution.
That's what cost them in the first half as well, and they'll be hoping that this well-executed kick will spark them on. But you can see the supporters getting behind the Royal team and making plenty of noise here at CRNFC.
Yes, and again, Royal guilty of not finding touch from their own penalty, isn't it, Romario? And that just enabled Wesley to launch that attack and draw that penalty, and now they find themselves in the Royal 25. So again, Royal, their kicking game out of hand, letting them down. Let's hope that for Royal's sake it won't prove costly on the scoreboard at least.
Here goes Fernando, surveying his options. Goes to the number 5, not won cleanly, but here goes Jayavardhana, setting things up, centre field, and Murli barking instructions to his forwards, but a good double team tackle coming in, and straight away position lost by Wesley College, and Royal College this time now looking to swing things wide. Here goes Sasanga, the skipper. Does not manage to beat the on-rushing man, but the referee is going back for the advantage, the scrum advantage.
Yes, some wonderful defense by Samararatna. What a wonderful, huge head-on tackle, which forced that Wesley ball carrier to knock the ball on. It's those crucial tackles that can prove so important in the final analysis of a game.
Yes, indeed, Abdullah. Those final things, those little details, they compile and compound at the end.
Yes, now it's important for Royal to clear their lines. It'll be interesting to see what option they will take. Sasanga is forming directly behind the scrum, so you do assume that, rather it's Thiven Pereira, the fly half, who is forming directly behind the scrum.
Set, steady. Number 9.
God is a left footer, so kicking from this position is going to be difficult for him, but looks like he'll be going from the base.
Tried to slide his way over the tackle, but did not manage to do so, and concedes a penalty. Advantage being played for Wesley, but they lose the ball back. The referee goes back for the advantage.
Yes, well, Royal are making things pretty hard for themselves by getting bogged down in their own half. Looks like the assistant referee has spotted something.
One penalty here. Number 9, you can't jump.
Looks like there are a couple of advantages for Wesley, and the captain is being consulted. Rather Murli, as this time looks like they are pointing to the posts. And yes, this time around they go for the 3 points.
Yes, well, there's still ample time on the clock for Wesley. I don't think they need to rush or panic. Jayawardena has been brilliant with the boot today. 3 from 3. His second penalty kick was probably from a similar angle in that first half.
Crucial kick. I think the most vital kick of the game up to now for Wesley College and Jayawardena.
Oh. මොනවාද? මට ඇහෙන්නේ නැහැ කියන එක.
Puts it across the face, unfortunately. Looks like the commentator's curse struck him. And now Royal College with a 22-meter restart.
Yes, well, they had the opportunity to take a much simpler kick earlier on. Decide to forego that option. As we have a look at that replay once again, Hikoda just finding himself isolated. And
Yes.
some really good work by that Wesley forward to pounce on that ball. I think that Royal wing three quarter, I believe it was. We'll come back to that. Nice long raking kick. Just need to ensure that that's a really dangerous kick, and you'd have to say that Wesley player was offside by miles.
Yes, indeed. Those are the little errors that compound as here goes Nabil. Tried to beat his the on-rush in defense, but did not manage to do so. And now a crucial penalty goes in favor of Royal College.
You'd have to wonder what was skipper Javir thinking there. Just kicking that cross kick. All his players were offside.
Man in front.
Just put Royal under a lot of pressure. Really poor judgment by Javir on that occasion.
It was Rigesh, in fact, who put that little kick, Abdullah.
Oh, pardon me. Sorry about that, Romario.
I think that was a bit of sudden rush of blood.
Center line again, center line.
We're hoping that it doesn't cost his team too much. But now Wesley College with few changes coming in, and they'll have to tighten their defense.
Number 2 out. Out.
Yes, so now Wesley are on their final warning with regard to infringing in the mall. So I think Royal should be smart and just try and use the driving maul. Know that it's a bit away from the try line, but if they can just extract another penalty from here, Wesley could find themselves down a player for the next 10 minutes at least.
Good throw and a lovely collection there by the big lock forward. Yeah, as the Royal Maul is set, and straight away the arm goes out for the advantage.
Again advantage.
Again, second advantage.
Playing advantage.
This Royal Maul seems to be undefendable, and they continue to go driving forward. So, and they are winning advantage after advantage. Royal
This is
College.
terrific stuff by the Royal 8. Wesley at 6ers and 7s defensively. Players on the ground. And that's just as deliberate as it gets in terms of collapsing. Royal just need to play this and try their hand.
Good play there by the forwards, but some good defensive work as well. Royal College somehow managed to recycle position. Here goes the big number 8 and beating a couple of men. Flanker, in fact. The skipper barking for instructions and giving it to his number 8, and he puts his head down, beats a couple of men, brought down. Now Sasanga calling his forwards closer and closer. Looks like the ball is the referee goes back for the penalty advantage. There was quite a few.
It'll be interesting to see, Romario, whether the referee will go to the pocket. There were quite a few infringements, repeated infringements, and they were on their final warning as well.
Well, I would like to say the warning reset after they scored from the corner. But anyways, now Royal College are on the hunt for that third try.
As you can just see that trying to defend that driving maul by Royal is just sapping all the energy out of the Wesleyites.
Yes, and the body position of the Royalists are immaculate in that maul. And that's why they keep going forward, and they seem to be unstoppable.
Yes, what a time for the Royal driving maul to come good. Throughout the season thus far, they just haven't been able to get it right, but when it counts, it's definitely come good today.
Okay.
Another lovely collection by the number 4. Wesley trying a different trick, but good awareness shown by the lock forward, Yehan. He held the ball at the front of the maul, and here goes the maul, and here is the third try. And looks like it's the same man. And yes, that's a hat-trick for the hooker, Danuja Samararatne.
What a wonderful effort by the Royal 8. You can just see the bewilderment in the Wesley forwards. Tried their level best, but this Royal maul, once they get going, pretty much impossible to stop, and with 5 meters out, it's going to be very, very hard for them to stop. The referee had his hand out for an advantage as well, and the Royal 8 going over for their third try and take a 19 points to 9 lead with just 5 minutes to go, Romario, and it's more than a score as well. So
yes, and how quickly things turned on its head, and a good second half by the visitors. And now Nabil with the opportunity to make it 3 out of 3. Yes, indeed, and he does make it 3 out of 3. Lovely kick in on display here at the CRNFC grounds, and this time it's Nabil off the tee. And Royal College leading 21 points to 9.
Yes, Romario, we have to probably select a man of the match as well. If it was my option, I'd probably give it to that entire Royal 8 for the way they have executed their driving maul. But there have been some special performances in that pack.
Yes, indeed, and straight away error from the home team, Wesley College, as the kick goes dead, and the ball will go all the way back to the center spot.
Yes, it's going to be a really, really tough choice to find the man of the match. Tanuja Samaratna has been very good as well with 3 tries. Kavina Srisant, Shenala Dikaram have carried extremely well. Randula Bandar and Naveen Pereira have been brilliant in the loose as well.
Set,
so it's pretty tough choice, but probably for scoring those 3 tries, have to probably go for hooker Danjula Samarakon.
Yes, indeed. He had a...
But you would have to say he has benefited from a wonderful forwards effort as well.
Yes, the forwards have done all the hard work, and he has benefited out of it. As now things, time is soon running out on the home team.
Hurry up, boys.
Unfortunately, there was a bit of a communication lapse by the Royalists at the scrum. And now Wesley College will look in to finish off with a try. But he's finish off on a high. Murli feeds the scrum.
Stay bound.
Here goes the Wesley College backline. gets the offload away to the skipper. Well, correction to the fly half, and Wesley College set up play as the big forwards continue to rumble forward, but he's looks like he's isolated, and yes, there goes the penalty in favour of Royal College, and looks like it's the number 7, the flank on that occasion.
It's been a brilliant effort by the Royalists. But they're just one try away from a bonus point, Romario, which could prove crucial. I'm sure they are aware of it.
Yes, indeed. I'm sure they are aware of it, and they are going to push as hard as possible for it. As we see that replay again, the flanker Yovindu coming in off the bench and making an impact. Looks like Royal is going for a shortened line out.
Will they have one big driving maul in their ranks as Royal bringing in the reserves?
Clearing their bench, and it's good to see that all the youngsters getting an opportunity to express themselves on the field. Even though it's in the Dynambers, it's experience that you cannot get if you don't come and play. That's something these teams will be building on for the future as well. As the man of the match looks to throw in to this line out, won comprehensively by Royal, and here goes the forwards, but unfortunately bit of a knock on there by Rahil, and looks like well, there is time for a couple of more plays, and it's the referee's clock that matters and not our clock.
So far this season, Royal's driving maul has pretty much been non-existent, but what a time for it to come good, Romario.
Can play.
3 tries off that driving maul. The Wesley forwards just did not have any answer to it. And if you are Isipatana next week, it's something which they will definitely need to worry about, because once Royal get a bit of momentum and they get the scent of that goal line through the driving maul, it's very, very hard to stop them.
Yes, it will be the Cracker encounter next weekend, but before that it will be St. Joseph's College taking on Isipatana tomorrow. There goes Murli to feed the strong. Breaks from the back. Isuru Pereira beats a couple of men, looks for the offload, but no support in players, and holds on to possession. Jayavardhana gives it out to his big forwards as Wesley continue to rumble through. Now the back line bringing on the footwork through the center, but straightens the line and he's held up. Brought to ground, recycled. Can still see Murli barking instructions towards his forwards as the Royalist falls over his feet, doesn't support his body weight, and concedes a penalty.
This is probably the final play of this
1 minute more.
game.
1 minute more. 1 minute more.
Yes,
Royal
indeed.
with a comfortable 12-point lead. Don't think Wesley will be able to overhaul that. And Yahya, after a lot of effort, managing to kick the ball into touch.
Last play.
Looks like there is a couple of minutes left.
Boys, last play. Last play.
As we hear the referee say that it is the last play of the game.
Back 10 meters, back.
The reserve hooker for Wesley College finds his man, and now Wesley College set up a maul of their own, but good pressure coming in, but illegally, says the referee. And now the maul has broken down, but Wesley College still with the advantage.
Yellow.
Here goes Isuru. The big number 8 making good gains. Wesley College continue to keep it with their forwards. And one final push for the try line, but another good play there by the flanker Yovindu, but unfortunately the referee goes back, says that there was no advantage.
Go down. Captain! Captain!
The referee going to have a bit of a word.
Forward side කියන්න මෝල් එකේ සයිඩ් එකකින් එන්න එපා කියලා මැනේජ් කරගන්න ජෙනරල් වෝන් එකක් නෝ.
A great crowd turned up here for this encounter, and they have not been disappointed.
Yes.
But if you're a Royalist supporter, you'll be hoping for a fourth try, but looks like it's out of the grasp of themselves. But now Wesley with an opportunity to finish on a high.
On the line.
Yes, but in these kind of games, Romario, fourth try would have really been a bonus
blue line in a blue
point try, but it's in these kind of big games you just want to first ensure that you do get the W, which Royal have done extremely well.
Advantage
there by Royal, but not legally, and an advantage is coming for Wesley as Murli with the ball and giving instructions to his forwards to keep it close. Here goes Wesley College. It's good to see that even after time has lapsed, they are still putting on their full 100%, giving their 100%.
Offside.
And yet another advantage coming in favor of the home team, as the visitors' defense oversteps, but looks like the skipper wriggles his way forward, but does not manage to find the whitewash. Wesley College still with possession, goes through the big lock forward. Wesley still holding on to the ball and winning advantage after advantage. It's good to see the advantage being played, but unfortunately nothing much is happening for Wesley, as here goes the percentage play and some lovely defense coming in by the visitors. The big forwards throwing themselves and putting their bodies on the line. It's good to see them playing this way, as Murli gives it to the hooker, to his centre partner, but unfortunately the ball is juggled as play still continues, and the referee seems to be going for the advantage. As we see the replay.
Number 17, captain. Captain, number 17.
Yes, some desperate defense by Royal.
17. Captain.
Again, Wesley just not being able to execute in terms of their three-quarter play. There were a lot of continuous infringements, so has forced Royal to go into this final play with just 14 players.
Captain,
looks like Akram is the man who has been sent to the bin.
Offside.
A penalty just 5 meters out, and Wesley College straight away opts for the scrum, so it will give them the numerical advantage, but numbers need to be equaled out, and the extra man will be pushed back into the line.
Coach!
So Wesley will be desperate to get a final score, just to put some respectability on the scoreboard, not for anything else. Initial exchanges, they did dominate, but Royal, through their driving maul, have managed to dominate this game. Henceforth, Muridharan trying to make a break, not very successfully.
A thumping tackle there coming in on Isuru Pereira, but he manages to recycle possession. Wesley College still with the ball and under the goal post, gives it out to the winger, and here's the first try for Wesley College. Looks like Jayavardhan is the man who gets the try, but too little too late.
So consolation try for Wesley. They made use of that extra man they had out wide on this occasion.
Game over. Correct.
As we have a look at that once again. Muralidharan this time linking up well with
Match over.
skipper Jayavira, who passed it on to Jayavardhana, who put the finishing touches. And Jayavardhana will have the opportunity and will probably have the final say of this game.
Yes, he is the man who has got all the points for his team, but he will not be too pleased with the outcome. However, he has one final opportunity to put his name on the score sheet.
Take it.
Makes no mistake from the tee. But that's the game, and Royal College managed to get one over Wesley College as the defending champions start the super round on a winning note.
As that will be a really pleasing victory for Royal. They were under the pump earlier on. Wesley going toward 9-0 lead. And Royal definitely looked in a bit of trouble, but as has been over the years, their driving maul coming to the rescue. And all Royal's points, courtesy of that driving maul, sees them emerging victorious. And will go into that final weekend and will play for the league title against Isipatana. Isipatana will also have a game tomorrow against St. Joseph's, which they'll need to maneuver as well.
Yes, indeed, Isipatana will need a win if the final of this league will turn out to be a final in itself. But having said that, I think Royal will be extremely pleased with the performance. The only glitch being them not getting the bonus point. But having said that, they have managed the victory.
Well, I think before the game, Romari, if you had asked the Royal coaching staff, would they have taken the scoreline 21 points to 16? I'm sure they would have. And bonus point would have been nice to get, but we have a look at this once again.
These were the highlights of the game. The Royal hooker, man of the match, Danuja. He was the first to get his name on the score sheet for the second half. And he managed a third try for Royal and his hat-trick as well, Danuja. And put his team in an unassailable lead as Wesley struck back after the hooter. But it was too little too late, this try from Jayavardhana, as he had the conversion, but the scores remained 21-16 in favor of the visitors, as Royal College get the super round off to a winning start. And this is exactly what they would have been hoping for. And I think if we look at that performance, Abdullah, their forwards will be extremely pleased to have come to the fore, as we see the breakdown of the points. 3 tries, 3 conversions for Royal College. 1 try, 1 conversion, and 3 penalties for Wesley, as Danuja was named the NDB player of the match.
Yeah, that's right. Eventually, driving maul proved to be the difference between both teams. If you look at it from the game's perspective, Danuja Samaratna will take away the NDB player of the match award, but you'd have to give it to that entire Royal 8 as well. So a very moral boosting victory for Royal, as we have a look at the upcoming matches. Isipatana will take on St. Joseph's tomorrow. must-win game for the Pathanians to keep their league hopes alive now that Royal have won this game.
Yes, indeed, and it'll be next week the cracker game between Royal and Isipathana and Royal rather, and finally St. Joseph's College will be hosting Wesley College, but all action will be tuned in tomorrow as St. Joseph's take on Isipathana at Havelock Park, and I'm sure everyone will be tuned in, and you can join us here on the papare.com as well, as we are bringing you live telecast from Havelocks. It was good to see the Royal forwards come into the fore, but unfortunately for Wesley, for their supporters, the team did not manage to hold on, and they endure their second defeat of this league campaign. And that's about it from us here at CRNFC. Do join us for the game from Havelock Park tomorrow, and with the production and the commentators, Abdullah and myself, it's thank you and goodbye.
ස්වාභාවික මිහිරයි නියම ලෙමන් රසයයි කාගෙත් දිව පිනවයි මැලිබන් ලෙමන් පෆ් ලෙමන් පෆ් මැලිබන් ලෙමන් පෆ් හැම සිතක්ම පිබිදේ රස ලෙමන් රසයේ ජීවිතයම මිහිරයි මැලිබන් ලෙමන් පෆ් ලෙමන් පෆ් මැලිබන් ලෙමන් පෆ් මැලිබන් ලෙමන් පෆ් children lemon
අයිනෝ රයිනෝ පුතා හැබැයියා ගෙදර නිදියන්නෙම අමුතු තැනක.
කාලගුණය කොහොමුණත් රයිනෝ නං වාලට සේෆ් තමයි මුළු ගෙදරම. Rhino cement roofing sheets. Then you know Rhino. I know.
Fun lifestyle එකකට TCL තමයි. අද කාලෙට TCL තමයි.
සිංහවෙතින් අදට ගැලපෙන TCL 20 series.
මොනවදාලු මේ කිසි ක්‍රිස්පි ගතියක් නැහැනේ.
ක්‍රිස්පි නේ? එතකොට මේ කර ගාලා හැපෙන්නේ?
කර ගාලා හැපෙනවා.
මොනවද කිව්වේ?
ක්‍රිස්පි කේස් මෙතන බෑ. ප්‍රශ්නේ ක්‍රිස්පි නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිස්කෝ. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ ක්‍රිස්පි කික් එක.
ක්‍රිස්පි නේ.
ක්‍රිස්කෝනේ.
ඔබේ දරස් සොයාගන්න. දරස් ලෝකයට එකතු වෙන්න. ඔබට සැරිසරන්න.
For instant pain relief, Baraka Jointies Fast Action Spray, your pain relief partner of
සිත් සේතෝරාගන්න. හැම දේම ඔබ ළඟටම. කොතැන හිටියත්.
On the field. Pain? Don't let it get you down. For instant pain relief, Baraka Joint Ease Fast Action.
එකම යායක්. අසීමිත සතුටක්.
Action Spray. Baraka Joint E Spray, your pain relief partner on the field.
Welcome to the universe of the Raz. Whatever you want, whatever you need, all you can imagine is on your feet. When miles are abridged, happiness is unlocked. Discover your Daraz.
What's the best ceiling sheet, Mr. Basu?
That's the Ino ceiling, the Rhino ceiling, a wood pattern finish.
You can color it your way. The plain ceiling.
The roofing's Rhino.
The ceiling's Rhino.
Incredible strength. I know.
Durability that's high.
I know. Cost effective too.
I know.
It's the best choice always.
Over half a century of trust, now in a new formula. Rhino Roofing and Ceiling Sheets.
I know. Rhino.
ස්වාභාවික මිහිරයි නියම ලෙමන් රසයයි කාගෙත් දිව පිනවයි මැලිබන් ලෙමන් පෆ් ලෙමන් පෆ් මැලිබන් ලෙමන් පෆ් හැම සිතක්ම පිබිදේ රස ලෙමන් රසයේ ජීවිතයම මිහිරයි මැලිබන් ලෙමන් පෆ් ලෙමන් පෆ් මැලිබන් ලෙමන් පෆ් chilven lemon.
අයිනෝ රයිනෝ පුතා හැබැයි යා ගෙදර නිදියන්නෙම අමූතු තැනක.
කාලගුණය කොහොමුණත් රයිනෝ නං වාලට සේෆ් තමයි මුළු ගෙදරම. Rhino Cement Roofing Sheets. Then you know Rhino. I know.
Fun lifestyle එකට TCL ම තමයි. අද කාලෙට TCL ම තමයි.
සිංහවැතින් අදට ගැලපෙන TCL 20 series.
මොනවදාලු මේවේ කිසි ක්‍රිස්පි ගතියක් නැහැනේ.
ක්‍රිස්පි නේ? එතකොට මේ කර කර ගාලා හැපෙන්නේ?
කර කර ගාලා හැපෙනවා.
මොනවද කිව්වේ?
ක්‍රිස්පි කේස් මෙතන බෑ. ප්‍රශ්නේ ක්‍රිස්පි නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිස්කෝ. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ ක්‍රිස්පි කික් එක.
ක්‍රිස්පි නේ.
ක්‍රිස්කෝ නේ.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon.